Hey everyone, I have a book review today. I just finished Raymond E. Feist, Shadow of a Dark Queen, book 1 of the Serpentwar Saga. I have read other books by Raymond E. Feist, like the Riftwar Saga and Riftwar Legacy, and a couple others that I cannot name right now. So I'm not unfamiliar to his works. I can say, though, that I liked this a lot. Book 1 was really good, but I know Raymond E. Feist is very good at his beginnings. I remember when I was introduced to Pug, I loved that. I love the way he did that and how he met Colgan and all that. I just love the way he writes his beginnings. So I'm hoping it doesn't get as crazy as his other books, because I can quite honestly say, while the Rift War books were enjoyable, they're rather forgettable. Like, if you asked me what they were about, I could probably tell you the main plot, but mix up and probably mistake some details. And so that's why I haven't done a book review on the Rift War books, because I can't remember what it was about. I would have to reread it, and I don't want to do that. So while this is fresh in my mind, I'm going to review it, and it was actually really good. I liked it a lot. It was very solid beginning, very solid action, very solid end. So I liked it a lot. We're introduced to Eric, who is a very simple character. He just wants to be a blacksmith, and he has a kind of a rough background because he is the bastard son of a baron. And his mother just wants him to be acknowledged by his father, but he won't acknowledge him due to a various amount of reasons. And so that was interesting setup, because you get a little bit about Eric and his background, and due to various reasons he kills someone, and I'm not going to give away too much, but basically him and his friend were a part of a murder, and they decide to run away to escape any, problems, because, when you murder someone, you're most likely going to die. And so they run away, and eventually they do get caught. They get caught in Condor, I believe, or no, I don't remember. But they get caught in this big city, and they decide that they're guilty and they're going to get hung. So Eric and his little friend Rue are going to get hung, but they find out that they're not going to get hung, because they're going to be a part of a group of dead men who are going to be part of the secret mission. And since they're dead men and they're supposed to be hung, they shouldn't fear death. And if they do the mission right, if they do it willingly and without disobeying orders, then they'll get their lives back. And they wanted a group of desperate men, because this thing was going to be very dangerous. So if you're dead men anyways, you shouldn't mind going in and doing this very secret, dangerous mission, because you're pretty much going to die anyways, and the commander has every right to execute you right there and then. And so Eric was a part of that, and I thought that was a very interesting setup. I liked the way they did that. It wasn't something I was expecting, and I liked that. I liked it a lot. I like when something doesn't go the way I thought it would go. You do get introduced to some characters that were from the Rift War books, and so that was interesting. But I'm so happy Eric is not a magician or anybody who has to do with magic, because Raymond E. Feist goes on these weird rampage theories and explanations of magic, and how the rifts were created, and just a bunch of stuff that I don't believe was necessary. So I'm so happy Eric is just a normal guy who all he wants to do is be a blacksmith, and he's just trying to get through this secret mission. It's magic free. He's magic free. The books aren't magic free. And so I just thought that was fantastic, because I hated those theories on magic. And they do survive, Eric does, and it sets you up for the next book, because they complete their mission, which was to get some information on the army they're fighting and get back home and report to their prince. So it ended on that note of relief, where you're like, oh, that mission was over. But the war isn't over, so that sets you up for the next 3 books. And so I'm very interested to see what happens next. I like these books a lot. This book a lot. I haven't read the other ones. And so I hope it doesn't get all crazy like the Rift War ones did, because like I said, they're not memorable. There was too much information for you to handle. And it was basically pointless information, not enough plot and too much theories. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope this doesn't do that, and I hope Eric stays the main character, because you do get other points of view, and so like I'm hoping it sticks with Eric, and because I really don't want to see all this magic. I do appreciate Raymond's version of magic, and some of his theories are very interesting, but he doesn't need to go out and make like a whole tome of theories within his books. It just I don't like that at all. So basically, what makes this a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 is that a race from a different planet has come through magical means into Midkemia. I don't know if that's how you say the name for the planet that Eric, I always want to call him by his last name because in the army they call him by his last name, which is von Darkmoor. And so I, like, you know, when you're in a sport or you're in the military, you get called by your last name. So like I called him by his last name, and you guys are like, what is that? Who is that? Oh, okay, it's Eric. And he was in the little secret mission military thing, so I always call him by his last name because they always called him by his last name. But like I was saying, why it's a 9 out of 10 and not a 10 out of 10 is because these race of beings came magically into the world of Midkemia and started wreaking havoc. And while it is fault of a race that was already there, why these new creatures are wreaking havoc, it's basically like the Riftwar books, because that's what happened in Riftwar, was a race came through a rift, magical means, and started attacking and taking over. And while they might have different reasons for being there, that's like basically the same story. You come through a hole and start killing people on the other side of that hole. And I'm just like, can you get a little original here? I mean, that's what happened in Riftwar. It was these people came through the rift and started attacking people, and then this new race came through a rift, started attacking people, and so I just like, ugh. And yes, they are doing it for different reasons, and it does explain to you why those people, why this new race got there, and what they're being influenced by, and all this other stuff, but it just like, come on, that's not original. You already did that. You already did the whole people coming through a rift and starting wars. But I do like this a lot better, the reason and all that, because I can see a solution. I'm beginning to make little predictions, and so I hope it gets better than the Riftwar Saga, and I really, really want to see what happens with this. So 9 out of 10. If you guys read this, I would very much like some feedback, and you can leave that in the comments below, a video response, anything's appreciated. And if you guys have books for me to read, because I like to read and I love for you guys to keep reading, and I know a lot of you guys do read, so I have a video that's called Suggest Books to Me, so you can go check that out. I'll probably put it in the description, a little link, and you can suggest books to me, but I would highly recommend that you actually start voting, you know, clicking the like button on some of the comments that, that says vote up, and so just start voting up the books that you want me to read, because I think it's a little too late for you guys to start suggesting books to me, because I'm planning to buy the book that's like has the highest rating. So whatever book has the most votes, I'm probably going to get, because I just got a gift card for, you know, Barnes & Noble or something like that, and I'm planning to buy the book with the highest votes. So I would suggest you vote, although I'm still taking suggestions, but like I said, vote for the book that you want me to read the most, because I'm choosing pretty soon whatever one has the highest votes. Anyways, I'm going to leave on a note that Raymond E. Feist, Shadow of a Dark Queen was actually really good. I hope it continues being good, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to be on to book 2 pretty soon. Bye.